Hey, yo, what's good, man? It's your boy, Derek Branch here of Saint Discussions on Strike 7 Sports. Again, I just want to talk about this recent news concerning the New Orleans Saints, more in particular with Raiders, quarterback, soon to be former Raiders quarterback, Derek Carr. So, and the possibility of him joining the New Orleans Saints. So, the talks have been heating up these last couple of days about Derek Carr possibly joining the Saints. Start on Friday from I think a report came out from Jeremy Fowler of ESPN, and the buzz started circulating from a national perspective, and then it escalated going into this week until yesterday when the first shoe to drop and possibly pursuing Carr, that Fowler reported that the Raiders have have allowed Derek Carr to visit with the Saints, possibly join. So some reports have also stated that there's an agreement between the Saints and the Raiders on compensation of how this will go down. However, Carr has agreed to it because he has a no-trade clause in his contract. So that means, for those that don't know, a no-trade clause in the contract means that you could veto a trade if you don't like the situation you go into, and it's up to you to determine where you want to be placed at. So there's that situation. But also, man, if the Saints can do it, allow it, let Carr get released, so that way you're not surrendering any compensation to sign, not giving up any compensation to sign the veteran QB Carr. That's what I prefer the Saints should do. But here's another kicker in this situation. The Raiders, they're saying that the Raiders are not asking for a whole lot for Derek Carr, and they say a third round pick, third to third to a later round pick to get the deal done. So if you're the Saints, you got to be thinking, man, can we give them a fourth or fifth? You know what I'm saying? And get Carr? I wouldn't have an issue with that, man. You cannot give them a first or second round pick, man. I'm not even comfortable with giving them a third rounder, because Carr is only a piece of the puzzle, man. He's the most important piece of the puzzle for the Saints to get back to the playoffs. But you got issues that you need another guy at wide receiver. The defensive line needs to get looked at big time. O-line, get another big offensive tackle along the offensive line, because Andrews Pete probably going to be a cap casualty. So there's that. But if they can, man, they can get somebody. I would prefer that they get somebody. I prefer that they let Carr be released, allow Carr to be released, because that way you're not giving up this compensation and you got to take on that contract. I'm not sure. The Raiders could probably pay a portion of that salary. We have to see. But if Carr is still on the roster past February 15th, by February 15th, the Raiders owe him over $30 million in salary in guaranteed money. It kicks in. That's why they benched him, those last couple of games, because he had to get hurt during that time. That money, that guaranteed money kicked in. That's the kind of contract he got. That's a smart move by his agent to put those stipulations in his contract. So there's that situation. So if I'm the Saints, I will allow him to be released. But then again, Mickey Loomis, he can be aggressive at times like this. He made these type of decisions, and I'm pretty sure that there's other teams that are going to be interested. But now, for me, just the vibe I'm getting is that no team wants to give up draft compensation for Derek Carr. Excuse me. They want him to be released, and then so that they can negotiate their own deal with him. So, I mean, this could be the Saints just trying to be in front, be aggressive, and not allow no team to be interested in him by giving up draft assets. Who knows? But I wouldn't have an issue with Derek Carr on this roster. You know, I think he'll be a huge upgrade over Andy Dalton. You know, but the same token, Dalton didn't play out too bad last season. It was just that some of the players around him let him down in a lot of situations last year. He had a solid year, if you really look at it. You know, but Derek Carr, you know, with a guy like a Derek Carr could possibly, you know, elevate this team. I think you can win 3 to 4 games that you didn't win last year because of Carr, that you win this year, 2023. You know, so I think he can do that. Andy Dalton can't. You know, with Dalton, you gotta have a lot of things go your way. You know, and a lot of, you know, pieces for that offense to play like it's supposed to play. You know, because once one thing go wrong, the Saints gonna have a long day. You know, if they're down 17-7, the Saints, it's pretty much a wrap for the Saints, because that offense ain't gonna make nothing happen. You know what I'm saying? So if they get Carr, man, I don't have an issue with it. I don't have an issue with it. There's a whole lot of reasons why he had that bad year he's had. You know, he's played under mediocre teams. You know, defenses, ownership, the Raiders is just a train wreck. And plus, that's just me, but my opinion, but I think Josh McDaniels is a little overrated as a head coach. That's what I think, you know. So that's why, you know, they have that type of success with Derek Carr. And that team is better on paper than the Saints, if you really look at it on offense. So we'll see how everything plays out, man. So I don't have an issue with them acquiring Derek Carr. I just wish that they'll allow him to be released, because that way we can keep our draft capital and do other things once the draft started. That way we can, you know, build a better team around him if we get the opportunity to acquire Derek Carr. So we'll see. All right, that's all I have for y'all right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel. How you feel about the Saints possibly acquiring Derek Carr? Do you want them to give up some draft capital for him, like a mid to late round pick, or do you want them to just let the Raiders release him so that way the Saints can negotiate their own deal with him? Have a blessed day. Be safe out there. Who that? I'm out. Peace.